Hi guys, so I'm on my way to London Stadium. It's about 10:15. I've got to leave early from where I live. I'm getting to the Hammers Chat boats for roughly when they open there or thereabouts midday. My colleagues from Iron, Duke and Milesy should be there, and we're going to have a few shandies before the game, get into the stadium early, hopefully avoid a repeat of what some of the scenes were that I saw on Monday. Obviously this will be the first Saturday game, Premier League match, full capacity crowd post COVID. We're obviously, as I record this, Premier League leaders. London Derby, a team that has yet to score a goal. We know how it goes, don't we? It's almost certain we're going to be the first team that they're going to score against, but I'm going for a 3-1 win. I turned around on a stream yesterday and said I think it will be a 3-1 win for West Ham. I actually think we're going to go behind in this game, and it'll be Cheika Kouyaté that scores, of course. Former West Ham player coming back to his former employers. It's written in the stars, isn't it? But we'll come back, we'll get the 3 points, and with a little bit of luck, and providing the other teams that are on 6 points as I record this don't get a better result than we get, then we'll be top of the league with 3 games gone. Fingers crossed. Who'd have thought it? Anyway, enjoy the rest of this video diary, and don't forget, drop a like on it, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell icon to be notified of any new content as and when we upload it to the channel. Enjoy the day. 11:30. We've just got off the DLR at Stratford, now making our way to the Hammers boats, which if you don't know where it is, guys, it's by the aquatic centre. So that's where we're going to go. Hopefully Milesy and Duke will be there, and anybody else that wants to come and say hello and buy us a shandy will be more than welcome. So here we are at the Hammers Chat boats. What time is it? About 1 o'clock now? 1:45? 20 to 1. Okay. I'm joined by Mr. Andy Miles and my esteemed colleague, the Duke. So I'll come to you first, Milesy. So, what are your hopes for today? How do you think it's going to pan out?
That my vote will last for another 5 days. That Jaffa Cake's a biscuit and not cake.
You're wrong, but we'll leave that one. And Pringles are not crisps.
I didn't say Pringles are not crisps. I'm getting that right.
Talk to me about the match.
I think we'll lose.
Oh no.
No.
How many you had?
Right, like I said, I've gone for 5-0. I put the bet on 5-0 today. I put the bet on.
Blimey. How much did you get that for? Remind me.
No, I got 5-0. No, I didn't. 40 to 1. Ben Rama 4-0.
Ben Rama, Mr. 40 to 1.
Oh, we can't do this.
What?
Not today.
It's all banter, dude.
It's fine. Listen, I'm recording. I can edit it out. It's fine. You can say what you want. So you've gone 5-0. And what was the opening goal scorer you put on?
I actually can't remember now. Antonio, I think.
And what was the odds you got?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to check.
He's gonna have to check. Well, while you're checking, I'll come to Duke. So Duke, what are your thoughts on today's match? How do you think it's going to play out? Talk to me.
I won't lie, I'm currently sitting here breaking my neck. Right, I'm busting for a piss.
Okay.
And I don't care if this goes out.
Yeah, it will. It's going out.
3-1.
3-1. That's the same scoreline I've gone for.
Man City's beating Arsenal.
And a big Sue header.
Okay. Who's getting the goal for them?
Mate, I don't even know base from now. Vieira off the bench.
Okay.
Honestly.
As it stands, Man City's beating Arsenal already.
Listen. They're in trouble.
Mate, stick some cash on them and a relegation battle by Christmas. I'm telling you.
They've been given an awful lot of money and he's pissing it down the drain there, boy.
And there's us with no money. Well, some money.
It's 195 to 1, that is.
195? Drinks are on you if you get it.
Side Ben Rama and 5-0.
I'll tell you what.
Other betting apps are available.
Other betting apps are available, but if Sky Bet want to get in touch with us at Falls from Iron Towers, make us an offer, then we'll consider it. I mean, we've got quite a few offers, to be fair. We've got to sift through for the channel sponsorship, and if anyone's watching this that wants to,
alcohol awareness have always been a huge fan of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jordan Ramsey, due to our food talk, he's interested in that.
Yeah, the kebab house at the bottom of East Hill, I heard they're interested in, sponsoring the channel.
On Twitter, they decided to send us a little DM.
Yes. Yeah.
Like no tweets and no followers.
Yeah. If we want to take over from Gary Lineker on BBC Match of the Day, wasn't it? Listen, there's been such a turnover of people leaving that place. I mean, I'm not too sure.
We need to get some Amazon there. It's all full of
all full of Fair enough. So there you go. Well, I've gone for a 3-1 win today, just to sort of complete the trilogy. I've gone 3-1, same as Duke, but I actually think the opening goal, there's a bit of a plot twist, is going to come from Cheku Kiarte. I think we're going to go 1-0 down, but we're going to pull it round.
Say 1-0 up?
No. He's going to score for them, and we're going to turn it round. So
look, everyone's backing this. So as I say, I'm not publicising gambling. It was 66-1 yesterday. It's gone out to 51. Mikel Antonio had to score first. West Ham to win 3-1. 50-1.
It's not 40-1. No.
No, it's 50. No,
that's even better.
I can make it 41. I'll ask Sky Bet to change it.
Okay. Yeah, you let them know who's boss, Milesy. Right.
You got someone on the inside, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm on for dog track later.
Hey.
Back in the 1 and 2s.
It's only banners.
Behave yourselves, you two. Honestly, there we're going to leave it, guys. Carry on watching.
We're here all week.
We are. Falls from Iron, Jaeger bombs. What could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
Let's do it.
Well, we got here, but we didn't come down here.
3-1 West Ham. So, Falls from Iron, we are at London Stadium for the first Saturday match. Post-COVID, I am joined by the one, the only, yes, it's you, Mr. Jake Cox of West Ham Unofficial, ladies and gentlemen. So, Jake, you've come all the way from Somerset here to the East End of London. Yeah. What are your score predictions? How do you think this is unfolding against Crystal Palace today?
I've got 4-1. 4-1 West Ham. I think we will score 4 again today. I think they'll score, but I think we are just going to have too much from an attack personally. So 4-1 win if everything goes to plan.
Just to get on to the draw that happened yesterday, what's your thoughts on the draw? Are you relatively happy with it, or are you looking at it and thinking maybe this might be a bit more tricky than some people think?
I think it's all right. Personally, we've got the only Croatia. I forgot the name now.
Dinamo Zagreb.
That's the one. That's the only real long trail. So we'll come up against Onuachu for Ghent and Vienna. We've had worse draws. Personally, we've had worse. I personally think we could have had Monaco. We could have had Napoli. All of these Napoli. All of these sides. Lazio. But I think we've relatively got an easy group. So there we go.
So do you think it would be unfair of me to say that realistically we should have a minimum of 8 matches in Europe this season, or do you think that maybe I'm jumping the gun a bit?
I think we'll get out of the group, and then it just depends on who we draw personally. Anything can happen in a cup night over 2 legs, anything can happen. I'd like to think we get out of the group, but I couldn't tell you whether we get any further than that because we just don't know who we're going to get and what they're going to be like.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's Jake Cox from West Ham Unofficial. If you haven't already subscribed to his YouTube channel, do us a favour, go on the search bar on YouTube, put in West Ham Unofficial. This young man is doing some great things online. Click subscribe, hit the bell icon, like his streams, support this young man, because I'm telling you, he is the future of YouTube West Ham fan channels. Thank you very much. So we're in the stadium. Teams have just been announced. Fabianski, Cresswell, Tufal, Bornals, Antonio, Dawson, Bowen, Ogbonna, Benrahma, Socek and Captain Rice. Pretty much what we was expecting. I could sit here and tell you the Palace lineup, but quite frankly I don't care. We're going to go out there, we're going to blow them away. We're going to blow them away, we're going to dominate them over the 90 minutes. I'm saying that crossing fingers before the match. Hopefully I'm not made to look stupid, but there's going to be 60,000 in the stadium, the vast majority of them West Ham fans. Hopefully we can recreate the atmosphere from Monday night and roar them home. Come on you Irons.
they're pushing you back, guys. So that picture be playing a minute.
Defender got back to block it. Fornals offloaded to Antonio, who gave it back to Fornals. Great finish. I'll tell you what, anyone that says that Pablo Fornals can't finish might have to eat their words now. He's on a bit of a goal scoring run at the moment. Just been called up to the Spain squad. West Ham 1-0 up. Come on, you Irons! We've just started the second half. I do apologise for my daughter's hiccuping if you caught that. No substitutions. West Ham still 1-0 up. I think we controlled the first half. Maybe didn't dominate it, but certainly with a better team for two. So let's see where we go from here. Come on, you Irons. 58th minute, Crystal Palace equalise. Conor Gallagher picks up the pieces and equalises for Palace. To be fair, I've been worried about this. You know, we've been dominating the game in the main, but just couldn't get that second goal to put a bit of daylight between us, and they punished us. So now we've got to roll up our sleeves and go again. Let's see. Just over half hour left. Say your most vulnerable time is when you've just scored a goal and within a minute or two of going 2-1 up, we've been pegged back, it's 2-2. We never do it the easy way, do we? West Ham 2, Crystal Palace 2. Back here on the Hammered Chat vote, 2-2 draw against Palace. To be fair, I think we made Palace look better than what they actually were, but didn't get beat, still unbeaten, 7 points. I think the old West Ham would have probably gone on to very likely lose that match today, so I'll try and take the positives out of it. At least we're not Arsenal. So we're here outside the London Stadium. Obviously it was West Ham United 2, Crystal Palace 2. Your thoughts on the game, Steve?
After Monday night it was frustrating to see us play because we didn't hit the heights. It just didn't quite happen today. But on the other hand, 7 points, 3 games, 4 points better off than we were this time last season, and we finished 6th. So I can't complain on that score, but yeah, it just didn't happen, did it, really?
It wasn't quite the same sort of momentum, the same sort of impetus that was there on Monday night against Leicester City.
No, they just didn't. The final ball didn't come off, did it? The slick 1-2 passing to get an opportunity to score a goal, and basically 2 defensive penalties, in my opinion, for the Crystal Palace goals. Yeah. We were a team playing at what, sort of 95%, and we were still the better team, apart from defending. Craig Dawson, very good in the first half. Second half was the perfect example of why we should sign Kurt Zouma. So,
what were your thoughts on Lucas Fabianski?
Kicking was awful, wasn't it? I mean, he took 1 goal kick and he mishit it, and it went to a Palace player, and you're all thinking, oh no, you know, we've got a player through on goal. Do I think it's time for a change? Yeah, probably do, actually. Fabianski, I think, has been a great servant for the club, but like everything, there comes a point where age catches up with you and you can't do it anymore. It's not that you don't want to do it, it's that you just don't have the skill set anymore physically to do it, and I think he's rapidly getting to that point. That's my opinion.
Okay. And just last little thing, who was your man of the match?
Probably Fornals. I thought he was excellent. Close ramping between him and Ben Rama, but Fornals this season's just been a revelation. Against Leicester he was brilliant, and today again he was really good. I don't know what you think, but he's my man of the match anyway.
Okay, thank you for your time there, Steve.
No, my pleasure.
Bring it across to Duke. So Duke, obviously you was there to watch the game today, so your thoughts on the match as well?
Frustration is the key word for me. They should have been out of sight by half time. We weren't part of the game that we had against Leicester. We looked slow out of the blocks, we looked lackadaisical at times, we allowed Palace too many chances to come back into the game, and it was just there were parts of the game that were quite woeful.
If it's only consolation, I'm the only person.
Is there any standout performance? Same again, man of the match?
Man of the match for me was I thought Sifal. I thought their danger man was Zaha all day long. It was their danger man, and I don't think he had a sniff. I don't think that he did absolutely anything in that game that made me go, oh, that's why he wants to leave Palace. He looked ever so much a Palace player, or that type of, you know, mid-table, bottom end of the table player, despite the fact that he's always touted for these big moves. He didn't look like he was a decent player today, and part of that was down to Sifal. He is a good player, but Sifal kept him in his pocket, so for me Sifal was the standout player.
And obviously we've got the next game coming up at the St Mary's against Southampton. In your opinion, does the starting 11 that took to the pitch today at London Stadium take to the pitch at St Mary's, or would you tweak it?
If we get a player in, so let's say Zouma comes in, then he replaces Dawson. Dawson for me was quite poor today. Was one of the players that was at fault for the goals. You know, you mentioned Fabianski's kicking put us under a lot of pressure, but Dawson was at fault for the goals. I just don't think he picked up his man well enough. He's off the pace. Again, he's a £2 million championship defender. We discussed this on the boats earlier. If you pay £2 million, that's the sort of player you get in. Spurs paid 47 42, something like that for Romero. That's what you get. So, you know, if we go out and buy a £25 million defender in Zuma, then that's a step up. But it's still not where we should be for a team that finished, you know, 6th place last year. So.
And obviously, the Fabianski question, would you think that
Ariola starts to win this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not even a question about it. At the end of the day, start of the season, Ariola should have been number one. He was good enough last year at Fulham that he was their best player, in my opinion. But he should have started for us. So, as far as I'm concerned, Ariola should be our number one as of tomorrow. And if he's not and Fabianski continues, then I just consider that to be a bit of banter, if I'm honest with you.
So, glass half full rather than glass half empty?
Glass half banter.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome,
So,
sir.
there you go, London Stadium, 3rd match in the Premier League season. West Ham didn't get all 3 points, but they managed to get a point. There's 7 points, 3 games in. Onwards and upwards from here. Don't forget, hit subscribe, hit like, hit the bell icon. You know it makes sense. Come on, you irons.